Hallo, ich bin's, Robin, Deutschlehrer mit Core Languages, and today I'm back at Hampton Park in Charleston, South Carolina, and I have 3 questions for you. Listen to these questions very carefully and see if you can detect a trend. First question, can you tell me what the hardest part about learning German is? Second question, can you tell me what the easiest part about learning German is? The third question, can you tell me what kind of questions I just asked you? Now, I just asked you 3 indirect questions. And you may have noticed that even in English, forming an indirect question will throw off the word order slightly. And so it is in German. German indirect questions follow a very specific word order. And in today's video, I will show you how to form indirect questions so that you can incorporate them into your German sentences. I would say los geht's und viel Spaß beim Deutschlernen. Indirect questions. Question words or interrogatory pronouns are often used at the start of a question to inquire about a specific element. Wer or who is used to ask about a person or about people. Wessen or whose is used to ask about possession. Wo or where is used to ask about a place or location. Wann or when is used to ask about time or occasion. Welch, which, is used to ask about choice or an alternative. This question word can have different endings. Warum, why, is used to ask about a reason or an explanation. Was, what, is used to inquire about information about something. Wie, how, is used to ask about the way something is done. Wen and wem, both of which can mean whom, is used to ask about a person or people as the object of a verb or a preposition. Indirect questions exist in English and in German. They are questions that are embedded inside a statement or another question. They follow a main clause. In German, however, indirect questions follow dependent or subordinate word order. In this manner, the question word takes the position of a subordinating conjunction, and the conjugated verb is kicked to the end of the sentence. Zum Beispiel, Sie haben mir gesagt, wo die Post ist. They have told me, or you, sir, or you, ma'am, have told me where the post office is. Notice how ist was kicked to the end of the sentence by the question word wo. Weiß nicht, wie spät es ist. He doesn't know how late it is. Again, ist was kicked to the end of the sentence. Wir haben keine Ahnung, wohin Sebastian gegangen ist. We have no idea where Sebastian has gone. Again, ist was kicked to the end of the sentence by the question word wohin. Here are some Beispiele of direct and indirect questions side by side with the same question word. Welches Auto ist dein Auto? Which car is your car? Ich weiß nicht, welches Auto deins ist. I don't know which car is yours. Wer ist dein bester Freund? Who is your best friend? Sie hat keine Ahnung, wer dein Freund ist. She has no idea who your friend is. Wo wohnst du? Where do you live? Er erzählt mir, wo wohnt. He tells me where he lives. Warum lernst du Deutsch? Why are you learning German? Die Lehrerin fragt, warum du Deutsch lernst. The teacher is asking why you are learning German. Was ist dein Lieblingssport? What's your favorite sport? Wir wissen nicht, was dein Lieblingssport ist. We don't know what your favorite sport is. Wie schreiben Sie Ihren Namen? How do you write your name? Ich fragte Sie, wie Sie Ihren Namen schreiben. I asked you how you write your name. Notice that the question word wie, which means how, is also sometimes used in German for what. For example, wie ist Ihr Name translates to what is your name, but the direct translation is how is your name. The subordinating conjunction ob, if, can also be used to form indirect questions. These are typically yes or no questions and they are very common. Zum Beispiel, sagen Sie mir bitte, ob die Post offen hat. Tell me please if the post office is open or literally has open, which is a common way to ask about whether or not a store is open. Ich weiß nicht, ob Sie heute noch vorbeikommen. I don't know if or whether they are still going to come by today. Wir haben gefragt, ob Kai Kaffee zum Treffen mitbringen wird. We have asked if Kai will bring coffee to the meeting. Here are a few more Beispiele of indirect questions. Pay attention to the word order, especially to those that use a modal verb. For example, weiß nicht, was tun soll. He doesn't know what he should do. Notice that the conjugated verb, which in this example is the modal verb, is at the end of the sentence, and the second verb, which the modal verb is modifying, is second to last. Tun soll. Wir fragen, warum sie so müde ist. We ask why she is so tired. In this example, we're only using one verb, the verb to be, and it is at the end of the sentence, kicked by warum. Carsten sagt uns, wann gehen will. Carsten tells us when he wants to go. In this example, again, we are using a modal verb, which is conjugated and at the end of the sentence. The verb that the modal verb is modifying, gehen, is second to last. Let's practice. Üben wir. Look at the following examples and see if you can detect the mistake and choose the correct question. Wir wissen nicht, wessen Auto das ist. Or wir wissen nicht, wessen Auto das ist. The first sentence is incorrect. Nicht belongs to the main clause. Wir wissen nicht, comma, wessen Auto das ist. We don't know whose car this is. Sie fragt, ob es uns gut geht. Or sie fragt, ob es geht uns gut. Indirect questions follow subordinate clause word order, which means the verb is kicked to the end. The correct sentence is, sie fragt, ob es uns gut geht. She asks if we're doing well. How about this example? See if you can identify the correct question word to complete this indirect question. Du musst sagen, wem du glaubst, or du musst sagen, wen du glaubst. To answer this example, we need to dissect the verb glauben, to believe. Usually we would say, I believe someone something. The something is the direct object, the accusative, but the someone is the indirect object, the dative case. You must say whom you believe. So the correct sentence is, du musst sagen, wem du glaubst. And how about this example? Sagen Sie mir bitte, wem das Oktoberfest anfängt or wann das Oktoberfest anfängt. The question word wem makes no sense here. We're not talking about a person. So the correct sentence is, sagen Sie mir bitte, wann das Oktoberfest anfängt. Tell me please when the Oktoberfest begins. How about this example? Markus kann nicht sagen, welche er Zeit hat or ob er Zeit hat. The question word welche means which and doesn't really fit in this example. So the correct sentence is, Markus kann nicht sagen, ob er Zeit hat. Marcus can't say if he has time.
Vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. I hope you now have a better understanding of how to form indirect questions in German. As always, if you have more questions, feel free to comment, or if you're interested in joining one of our German courses with a live instructor, feel free to message us directly. Das war's, vielen Dank und bis zum nächsten Mal.